Good evening, everyone. Today we will see about how to install and configure Nikto vulnerability scanner into our Kali Linux. Okay, so the operating system we use is Kali Linux. So initially, it's essential to update our apt package list and install any available updates first. So for that we need to use this command sudo apt-get update and sudo apt-get upgrade. We need to use this command to update any packages in our Linux system. So after we did this, we can proceed to install Nikto. Okay, for install Nikto, we need to enter the command sudo apt-get install nikto-y. So we need to run this command. So after we run this, the Nikto already installed in our Kali Linux. For check to confirm the successful installation of Nikto website vulnerability scanner, we need to use this command. We need to enter yes Nikto, and we can see it's already installed. Our Nikto version is v2.5.0. So that's all for the installation and configuration part. Okay, next for testing, we are going to run a basic website scan using Nikto. So the website that we are going to scan is the Boom Beverage. So for this, we need to type the command nikto negative dash and the website name that we are going to scan. So we just need to enter. So it will take a few minutes for the scan to finish. So we already prepare a scan like few minutes ago. Okay, this is the full result of the scan. So what we can see from the result is the Nikto detects that the website have uncommon headers. Okay, uncommon headers means like this X Wix request ID, X served by, and X seen by. So these uncommon headers not necessarily a vulnerability, but they may provide additional information that could be useful for an attacker. So the next thing it detects is X frame options absent. Okay, as you can see here, the X frame option header is not present. Okay, what we can know from this is the anti-clickjacking X frame options header is not present. Okay, this header helps prevent clickjacking attacks by restricting the embedding of the site in a frame. So its absence might make the site more susceptible to clickjacking. Okay. Okay, the next thing is the X content type options is absent. Okay, so this one you can see here, the header is not set, the X content type option. Okay, so this header helps provide prevent browsers from interpreting files as a MIME type other than what is specified. Okay, its absence could potentially lead to content rendering issues. Okay, so the next thing it detects is the server banner changed, like you can see here. Okay, the server banner changed from Pepiaka slash 1.21.3 to Pepiaka slash 1.21.6. Okay, while this alone may not indicate a vulnerability, it's worth noting changes in server versions as they could introduce new features or fixes that might affect security. Okay, so the next thing is The root page that redirects to https www.theboombeverage.com. Okay, this is not necessarily a vulnerability also. Okay, but it's essential to be aware of the site structure and redirect behaviors. Okay, as you can see here, the root page redirects. Okay, this server timing header, you can see it here. It says like uncommon header server timing found. Okay, so what it means, okay, the server timing header includes information about cache hits and server response time. While not a vulnerability on its own, such information could be valuable for an attacker trying to understand the server's performance characteristics. Okay, so lastly, it detects high number of requests. Okay, for this 8081 request, okay, the scan generated a high number of requests during the testing process. Okay, this is not a vulnerability, but a large number of requests might be a concern in terms of resources usage and potential impact on server performance. Okay, that's all from this basic scan. Okay, the next thing we will see is running a scan on a website with SSL. Okay, Nikto also features an SSL scanning mode designed to access SSL certificates installed on a website. Okay, this mode provides details on SSL ciphers and issuer information associated with the website's SSL certificate. Okay, for this scan, we need to use this command. Okay, we need to type Nikto dash hash and the website name, and we need to include dash ssl. Okay, then we need to enter. Okay, as you can see, it will take a longer time for the scan to finish. So a few minutes ago we already like completed the scanning. Okay, what do we get to know from the scanning? Okay, the first thing is we can see the subject, we can see the actually this is the SSL information of the website. So this is a subject, this is a ciphers, and this is the issuer, and we can also see uh, the server information, which is the scan reveals the server software and the version used on the target host, which is pebyaka slash 1.21.6. Okay, then after that, okay, a Drupal link header is found, indicating connection to various static domains. Uncommon headers may provide additional information about the server's configuration. Okay, what they mean by uncommon headers? Okay, the uncommon headers is like this one, the X served by, the X seen by, the X Wix request. This is uncommon headers. So this may provide additional information to the outsiders or to the hackers. Okay, so the next thing is security headers. Okay, the anti-clickjacking X-frame option header is not present, which could expose the site to clickjacking attacks. Okay, then the next is the X content type options. Okay, as you can search here, yeah, at here, the X content type option header is not set. Okay, the header is missing in some location, potentially allowing the user agent to render content differently than the MIME type specified. Okay, the next thing it can detect is the cookie issues. Okay, as we tell the cookies issues, okay, the cookie named like this one, the SSR caching. Okay, created without the secure and HTTP only flag, okay, which may pose security risk. Okay, so the next thing it detects is the server banner change like the previous scan. Okay, as we can see here, the server banner changed from pebyaka slash 1.21.6 to PEBYAKA/1.21.3. The server banner changes might indicate updates or configuration changes in the website. Okay. So, okay, moreover, the scan detects the content issues. Okay. The content encoding header is set to deflate. Okay, as you can see here, the content encoding header is set to deflate, which may indicate vulnerability to the breach attack. Okay, so they need to be careful. Okay, the next thing is the robot.txt file. Okay, this one. Okay, the file contains 6 entries that should be manually reviewed. Okay, this file often contains directives for web crawlers. Okay, so the scan encountered an error limit 20 errors. Okay, 20 errors for the host, leading to termination. Okay, the last error indicates as an SSL negotiation failure, specifically a handshake failure. Okay, that's all for SSL scanning.
So today we will be basic scanning website hackthisSite.org, and we are gonna be using the per command. So what does this per command does is that the meaning of tuning x6 is like the amount of aggressiveness and to what range, and what are the information, like important information that would be like from the overall scanning. So let's just run this, and here you can see there are multiple like IPs found. So what it means is that these are the IPs that is related to the website, and you can see a bunch of MAC addresses as well. And here it's the target IP, so this is the IP address for the website. The hostname is hackthisSite.org, and the target port is 443, which is the vulnerable port here. And these are the SSL information. My friend already has explained the SSL information in the previous clip. You can always like go back and see the information. So here we will be focusing on the cookies and the robots file. So the robots file will take some time. Okay, so here is the ones. You can see here there are two robots.txt and contains like entries. So let me just give you a brief explanation on what like the secure flag is about, like to make sure that the cookies are only sent over secure HTTPS connections, so that there's a reduction of interception. However, we don't like this particular site doesn't have the secure flag, which means it's a vulnerability as well. So here we can try to do curl HTTP. Okay, so since like we already have the robots.txt file, so what's robots file? It's actually a standard file used by website to communicate with web crawlers and other robots. So let's just see what we can get from this, and the curl command be able to fetch and display the content of the robots.txt. So let's run this and see. Okay, as you can see here, these are the information, or I might say instruction, for the crawlers and robots to follow. So here it says that disallow missions directory, and it disallows killing all humans directory. But what it means is like the crawlers and robots, they aren't allowed to go into these directories. That's the whole point of the thing. And we will try to get the information on the cookies now instead. So what does the cookies do is that here you can see I use the wget command and save the cookies in our device in my Kali in cookies.txt file. So the no check certificate actually means something like when we visit a web, our web browser checks if the website SSL or TLS certificate is valid to ensure that the between our device and the web is kind of like encrypted. So however, this no check certificate, like this particular line, it doesn't really do that. So but this is like a risk on our part because we can be redirected to malicious attacker or malicious like action that is happening, since like we don't have a security feature here. So let's just try this, and here we can see a bunch of code, which literally means we already have retrieved the information. So here we can just go to file and let's just look for maybe we can just like search here. So we are looking for cookies.txt, and here we can see that if these kind of like files fall into the wrong hands, they can actually do attacks like session hijacking or XSS, which is cross-site scripting. So we shouldn't. This is kind of like an example of the vulnerability as well. That's all from me, and thank you and have a nice day.